UFC 320 is finally here. We've been waiting way too long for another pay-per-view, which means we're back for some best bets. We are 22 out of 30 on pay-per-view best bets for the UFC this year. So let's see if we can keep things going as we head into October. We're going to start with the curtain jerker of the pay-per-view. We got Joe Pfeiffer taking on Abus Magomedev. This fight's very interesting because on paper, Magomedev is ranked. However, I'm going to take Joe Pfeiffer to win on this one. And for the best bet, we're going to say that the fight ends in a KO at minus 125 odds. Pfeiffer's, I don't know if he's actually any good. I really don't after seeing that last fight with Kelvin Gastelum and some of his other ones. What I do know, though, is he has the ability to completely crush another human in one single shot. Magomedov's very tough, durable fighter. He's either going to wear Pfeiffer down and TKO him late, or Pfeiffer's going to crack him with a one-shot kill is how I see this fight going. So the bet's going to be that fight just ends in a KO at minus 125. But we are taking Joe Pfeiffer to win, minus 245 odds. He's slightly outside the top 15. I think this is the fight that gets him into that top 15. Next up, we're heading to the featherweight division. Number 8, Josh Emmett taking on number 9, Youssef Zalal. We're taking Zalal to win on this one. He is the biggest favorite by far at minus anywhere from 425 to 550, depending on where you look. This is going to be a unique bet for us. We're going to take under half a takedown for Josh. That's at about, I believe that is at plus 100. So if he doesn't land a takedown, you're good. And he doesn't really shoot or land takedowns. It's just not something that's not part of his game. He swings sledgehammers and looks for one to connect. Youssef's very good on the ground. The majority of his wins coming via submission. So I do think if it does, I don't think he wants to play that game necessarily. Youssef will be the one shooting takedowns, I believe, using his reach, being very long, moving in and out. Once Josh Emmett starts over swinging, that's why I can see Youssef trying to shoot underneath, get him to the ground, so even get a tap out. Of his 13, I believe 13 finishes, 9 of them are by submission. So we're going to take Youssef to win and under a half takedown for Josh Emmett on the bet. Next up now to the feature fight, Yuri Prochazka taking on Khalil Rountree. This is where the fun begins. Minus 180 favorite for Yuri, minus plus 150 for Khalil. Very relatively even matchup. 2 recent title challengers, both ranked very highly. We're leaning towards Yuri on this one. I think it's very, very close. I'm going to go ahead and stick with Yuri. I think he's got the reach. Khalil Rountree, when he's able to implement that very traditional Muay Thai game, when he's able to get flowing quickly like we saw against Hill, he's able to like fake the hammer fist, throw the low kicks, really control things. I think Yuri's movement, he's started using a little more head movement. Hopefully it actually, sticks and he keeps doing it. 31-5 too. Like I know we remember those Alex Pereira losses, but he is very, very good. He's being a who's list. He's really hard to get a gauge on and to fully understand where Khalil could lock in on that very traditional Muay Thai stance and those very traditional Muay Thai kicks. So we're going to take Yuri as the winner. We're going to take over 1.5 rounds though. In 5 of his last 6 fights, Yuri has gone over 1.5, and in 4 of his last 5, Khalil's also gone over that. And I think that'll be the same case here. A lot of early feeling it out, trying to avoid a little bit of danger. There's very high stakes consequences on both sides. So I think there'll both be a lot of distance control. Khalil trying to control with the low kicks. Yuri, a lot of the in and out movement, trying to pop, touch and avoid those leg kicks. So we're going to take over 1.5 rounds at minus 145. Next up, moving up the card, we got the co-main event of the evening and the first of 2 title fights. Merab taking on Cory Sandhagen. Merab continues to be an absolute machine. Cory Sandhagen finally getting a shot, always being the bridesmaid, but never the bride. Now he gets his chance. 5'11", 70-inch reach, 40 leg reach. He's going to be the much taller man. He's probably going to – he's very wiry, which is what's – he's built like Sean O'Malley. Like he may be taller, but Merab's going to – he's got more – he's more physically imposing laterally. Like he's got bigger shoulders, bigger back. When he gets a hold of him, I think you'd see the difference. We're going to take Merab. We're not going to try and pull the upset here necessarily. I do think it's going to be Merab until proven otherwise. It's almost foolish to bet against Merab. What I will think on this one is the fight to not go the distance at plus 235. This one, I'll admit, this one might be a little bit more of like a gut feeling over any data, analytical numbers, anything like that, because the numbers show it'll probably go to decision. Cory is a killer. Flying knees, triangles, arm bars, leg locks, knee cranks. He is a killer at heart. Merab, I think with what we've seen a lot of his ground game, we're seeing a lot more of the submissions, the molly until he gets a back and then he takes a choke. Or until like when we saw against O'Malley, they roll, he catches a neck. I think he's really adding that part to his game. So I think either Cory's going to catch him with something absolutely wicked and stop the fight like that, and it's going to be a viral moment, or Merab is going to maul him, and by the 3rd, 4th, 5th round, you can see him locking a choke. I know it's been a long time. We saw Aljamain Sterling get Cory Sandhagen with a first-round submission. I don't think it'll be that easy. But I can see over the course of the fight, if Merab's able to Merab his way through the fight, he will find an opening for a neck and arm, something like that, or just a TKO over time. Or Cory's going to land a wicked submission or a wicked flying knee, something dramatic. If Cory's going to win, he's going to have to stop the show. And I think by having to do that, that will open up opportunities for Merab to maybe start to get a few more of those finishes, which he has shown that, which he has talked about wanting to get more of. To the main event of the evening, Magomed Ankalaev taking on Alex Pereira in the rematch. Plus 230 odds for Alex Pereira, which I get, especially after that first fight went. It is kind of surprising to see. Ankalaev is really good. He has the ability to kind of control the grappling. He's got power in his hands. He's more of a striker than a wrestler at heart. I do think with Alex, even though he says otherwise, he's still going to try and implement a similar plan they did last time, a lot of cage control. He's not going to try and sit in the open where Alex can tee off on him. The southpaw stance does make it hard for Alex, as you can see. With that low kick, he has to use the lead left leg to get where he wants. He can't throw his rear. That weird, not even a wind up, the little tap, tap, the one that just chops away at people. I still think Alex has a really good shot to win. I think he understands from that first fight you can't focus as much on the takedown defense. You also have to play offense. I think he won't get stagnant. I think the time off will help him. He was so active back to back to back to back. This feels like the type of fight that Alex will really win, and it would set up a very interesting trilogy. Ankalaev is the smart money, so I'm not going to touch the money lines with this one. What I will say is we're going to copy our last bet. Does the fight go the distance? The answer is no at minus 145. So I think either Ankalaev is going to put a stamp on this and put it into once and for all, or Pereira is getting that belt back in devastating fashion. This fight's not going the full 5 rounds, I don't believe. So that's going to be the best bet I have for this one. Overall, if we parlayed all 5 of these bets together, we're looking at plus 3,343. Some wild odds, especially with that plus 235 in the co-main. Once again, only bet we can afford to lose. Do not bet anything that you can. Don't bet anything that you can't afford. It's very important. Be smart with the money you have. Bet smarter, not harder. But this is what I have for the best bets and predictions for 320. The main card. Let us know down below what your predictions and best bets are, and let's see if we can win some money this Saturday.